Good morning. Wow, another Sunday morning here, and I'm walking and just struck by how absolutely gorgeous it is out here. Last couple of videos and weeks I've had lots of wind in the background, and now I look and it's so peaceful, so calm. I just actually want to show you guys, the kind of walk that I do. I walk across this beautiful stream on this little man-made bridge here. Oh, that's floating. But it's a very calm stream. Whoa. Actually, I almost wiped out there and got a bunch of mud on my hand. But something I want to share with you that really resonated with me today is oftentimes out there whether it's the economy or just in the society around us, oftentimes when it's really, really calm, that's what precedes a storm. And there's a storm coming. I don't know if you're hearing that on the media, but there's a big storm coming. It's actually a perfect storm. And it's going to result in lots of damage and destruction. In fact, it's kind of funny where I walk here. This has been here for about 40 years. There's an old damaged car sitting out in the woods. Just reminds me of the kind of destruction that we're going to see because of the perfect storm coming. So I'm going to share with you a few different points of kind of the perfect storm and what's coming together right now. A couple of events that have happened only in the last couple of days that I think are going to turn this calmness into some insanity, personally. So anyhow, not to be a doom and gloomer, but I did warn you guys that it's not bad news, just being realistic and helping everybody get educated on what's possible to come. Okay, let's watch some of the news going on.
All right, let's share with you guys a few things. Now that you've enjoyed the sunshine with me, I love starting that way. I want to pull up a few articles here to give you an indication of what's going on. So the first thing actually I want to share with you is the well, first of all, actually, I'll just show you my Facebook page here. The only reason I want to show you this is because if you're not a liker on this yet, this is where I post a lot of these articles. So just look for freedom planning strategies. So the first thing actually I want to talk to you about, I couldn't find it really quickly in my inbox as I found it, but something was just vetoed in Congress this last week, and it has to do with the ability for U.S. citizens to sue the Saudi Arabia government and Saudi Arabian companies and such. While that may not seem like a big deal, and obviously this is all in regards to 9/11, may not seem like a huge issue, but the issue is that the first lawsuit has been launched, and what Saudi Arabia has vowed to do, if that was going to happen, is they were going to start dumping U.S. assets. Well, they are a massive holder of U.S. assets. Also, obviously, the petrodollar is a massive issue as well. Well, them taking that step is going to have a very negative impact on the U.S. dollar. So that's the first thing in the perfect storm. Okay, and I want to just really quickly go through 3 or 4 things. The other ones I've all got some articles I want to pull up here. So hopefully you can see that okay. The next one is what's going on with the Deutsche Bank. If you remember back in 2008, the beginning of the fall was what happened to Lehman Brothers. Lehman Brothers was a massive bank, too big to fail bank, and they failed. They fell. Well, now it's been predicted that the Deutsche Bank would be what would start the next one. And if you look through this article here, this is on one called Dollar Vigilante, but it says these guys actually predicted that this would happen. And it says, could this year's crisis be caused by a collapse of Deutsche Bank? Well, at the time it was $26 a share. What just happened is it's dropped down now to an all-time low of $11.50. Bloomberg reported that 10 of the hedge funds that do business there have reduced their financial exposure. The International Monetary Fund, which is their biggest contributor, is having issues with them. The bank has gross notional derivatives exposure of 46 trillion euros, which is ridiculous. So there's a massive bubble, and Deutsche Bank is not looking good. The prediction is that that something could happen over the weekend. Tomorrow, which is Monday, October the 3rd, is a bank holiday in Germany, and often these things happen over holidays like this. So that's the second big issue in the perfect storm, is what's going on. And there's something in here that says that it would be very, very easy to have the whole banking system collapse with what just the size of what Deutsche Bank is. And I'm now just looking to find where it said that. And of course now I can't. But somewhere in this article, it did say that the Deutsche Bank was a large enough one to affect the whole banking system. So that's another thing in the perfect storm. Another one is what just happened on Friday. Is that the yuan, the Chinese currency, is now the International Monetary Fund has voted that the yuan is now part of the basket. It's called the SDR, the special drawing rights. And until now, it's been the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the euro, and the pound. Well, now the yuan is the fifth member in there. Well, what that is allowing, and basically the yuan is like a reserve currency. And what that is allowing is more and more countries to get away from the US dollar and to use the yuan, which they've already been doing. So that's another massive factor in what is going to be happening and affecting the US dollar. And the last one is the election. Many watching this video probably aren't in the US, but regardless, they are in for a real storm down there with this election. Things are not looking good. There's been talk of some sort of false flag event, possibly martial law, Obama staying maybe on power because nobody, just there's too, what kind of choice do they have? It's ridiculous. So a lot of you are probably Canadians watching this. While the importance of even most of these things being US related is that the US and Canada is tied so closely together. Out of every trade relationship in the world, the US and Canada is the closest together. Well, it's been said that when the US or when the US sneezes, Canada catches a cold. Well, by all these things that I just shared, the US is on life support right now, and the impact to Canada of that is huge. So what we are going to start seeing, most likely, is a large increase in the cost of goods, possibly a lack of supply of some goods that we're used to having, and just life getting a lot more expensive with turmoil going all around us, and we're not even in a good place now with the price of oil. So the perfect storm, everybody, you can't believe where things are at right now. I just can't emphasize enough of things being in a very, very, very bad place. And I really firmly believe that sometime during this month of October, we are going to see something much, much larger than what we saw in 2008. So I really want everybody that I talk to understand the power of things like precious metals. And in the rest of this newsletter, you can click on some links that will learn about some options of holding gold, some options of holding silver. Just get your exposure out of the market and get your exposure out of the US dollar, and have those things on hand at home so that you can protect yourself. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you're part of the list and watch every weekly blog that I send out. Okay, take care. Bye for now.